Hello everyone, I am Manish and I am with the University of New Mexico and the Los Alamos National Labs. Firstly, thank you all for coming to my presentation and it's my pleasure to be part of this session. Today I'll present my paper titled An Embedded Deep Learning System for Augmented Reality in Firefighting Applications. Firefighting is a dynamic activity involving sudden changes in the environmental conditions and various parameters. Firefighters need to act spontaneously to this change to save their lives and others. The presence of smoke, debris, and fire tend to slow down their performance and heighten the anxiety levels and might compromise their life and others. In the left image, you can basically see firefighter challenge for navigating through the fire. So for this kind of navigation, the firefighters need a constant assessment of the situation and knowledge of current environmental condition, which is also called as a situational awareness, to plan the next set of the actions and coordinate with the team members. Currently, the planning and decision making is done with an incomplete picture of the scene where firefighters coordinate using a handheld portable device for communication between them. Firefighters carry various sensors in their personal gear where the data remains unexploited for situational awareness. So in this research, we propose a framework that can mine this data to construct a complete situational awareness. Here I present one of the notable work done in the firefighting to aid the firefighters in their operation. Audrey is an AI and IoT based framework developed by the NASA JPL starting in 2016 in collaboration with the DHS. This framework uses text, audio and visual question answering model for providing the situational awareness. The overview of the framework is basically presented in these figures. Audrey deploys the data recorded during the firefighting to train AI models to aid firefighters in their situational awareness. In contrast to Audrey, our work majorly relies on computer vision with deep learning to exploit the thermal images recorded by the firefighter body cameras, which Audrey currently lacks. So in this slide, I will go over the problem statement and contributions of this work. In the first part of the work, we present an object recognition and classification system in a firefighting environment. This work contributes to developing a DL system that is capable of simultaneously identifying the objects of interest such as doors, windows, ladder, firefighters, fire and human posture from thermal images. The significance of this work is to supplement firefighter vision in near zero visibility conditions by recognizing the objects of interest. In the second task, we present an object detection, tracking and segmentation framework for thermal images. Our primary contribution is to construct an integrated framework for real-time object detection, tracking and segmentation of objects from the thermal video. This work's significance is to provide a more informed situational awareness by providing the most detailed information about the situation. And finally, I will demonstrate a prototype embedded platform that deploys the deep learning models presented to process the raw thermal imagery captured by the thermal camera and then relay the process information into the HoloLens for augmented vision. The significance of this work is to illustrate the proof of concept for deployment of the proposed framework in real-world firefighting situations. Infrared thermal imagery lacks detailed features such as texture, color, and edge information, which are available in the RGB images. Due to this reason, computationally simpler model don't perform well for classification. As a proof of concept, before deploying the deep learning models, we started the object classification tasks by firstly extracting the features such as histogram of oriented gradients, feature vectors, and shift, and then using the machine learning models on these features such as the SPM, random forest and gradient boost techniques for classification. The maximum accuracy we achieved with these techniques was 74% for a multi-way classification of objects. Since the performance was pretty weak, so there was a need for exploring the deep learning based techniques. So for the classification, we experimented the AlexNet, BGG16 and ResNet based standard CNN architectures, and out of these, considering the nature of the data, the BGG16 based architecture performed the best. Further to observe the computation versus the accuracy trade-off, we constructed a custom BGG2 for 8, 12 and 16 architectures corresponding to the layers, to CNN layers of 2, 4, 8, 12 and 16. Each of these convolution layers was finally combined with identical fully connected layers. The first figure showcases the configuration of the proposed BGGX architecture. Here, corresponding to the number of CNN layers, we categorize the architecture as depth 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 corresponding to the CNN layers of 2, 4, 8, 12 and 16 respectively. Here the next figure displays the architecture of the depth 5 or the BGG16 classification model. And then we can see in the third figure we can see the T-SNE projection of the CNN input images and the extracted features. So here the group clusters overlapping at the input space basically causes the machine learning models to perform poorly on these images, whereas with the CNN the group cluster gets separated away as we go with the higher depths of the CNN, and that basically leads to a better classification performance. And with these CNN models, we reuse the same framework for training and testing for different classification objectives that we present in the next section, in the next slide. So in this slide, I will present the results for the recognition and classification framework. So here you can see the saliency map visualization indicating the regions of the image that the neural net sees to make it predictions in the leftmost figure. From the left to the right, the image corresponds to the CNN saliency map for depth equals to 1, for 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here the higher the depths of the CNN, the framework can capture a more accurate saliency. For the last two columns, the captured saliency is more linked to the actual image, resulting into a better classification performance. Here the first row corresponds to the presents the saliency corresponding to the window, followed by the firefighter. The next is the firefighter plus window, followed by the door, and finally the ladder plus firefighter. In the middle figure, we showcase the T-SNP projection, which is nothing but a low-dimensional projection technique to visualize the class clusters. We show the T-SNP projection of the object classification tasks, starting with the depth equals to 1, all the way to the depth equals to 5, and we can clearly see that higher the depth, the class cluster is more disjoint and less overlapping. And then finally, the test accuracy statistics corresponding to the different classification is displayed, and here the classification tasks are the object classification, the pose classification, and the fire classification. So here in all these experiment, depth 4 and 5 basically perform with an accuracy greater than 98%. Here depth 1 also performs with reasonable accuracy when there is a constraint on power and memory. So clearly increasing the depth basically leads to an increase in the both memory and computational requirements. The CNN framework that is presented in this section provides a backbone for the next frameworks. So the second task we'll be discussing here is the object detection, segmentation and tracking framework. The framework that we discussed in the previous section is only capable of classifying the image into one of the classes for the presence of the object class in the image, but it doesn't really provide information regarding their exact locations. So this section presents a unified framework which is capable of real-time object detection, segmentation and tracking. So the framework is, as you can see, is built on the top of the feature extracting CNN, which is presented in the previous section. Furthermore, a region proposal framework is added to the CNN, which proposes the regions of interest from the extracted features and output the coordinates and the identification of the objects of interest. So this is the underlying mechanism of a faster RCNN modality of object detection. Furthermore, a one-by-one convolutional layer is added to the output of the region proposals, results into a max RCNN framework, and this is capable of doing the semantic segmentation. The proposed detection and segmentation framework is presented in this figure. Furthermore, to illustrate how a region proposal works, in the top right in the figure 1, you can basically see how input image is first passed through a feature extractor, and based on this, like multiple sets of region proposals are applied to the feature map to extract the regions of the region of interest based on these feature maps. Next to these feature maps. Next to this proposal extracted feature maps, ROI align is basically applied to ensure the same dimension for all the extracted proposal regions, and then finally based on these, a neural net based classifier and a regressor are used to recognize the object and predict their coordinates of the objects in the feature map respectively. So for this experiment, we choose the proposals of size 2x4, 2x2, 4x2 and 4x4. The count of the proposal generated is 2000, and to filter out the predicted numerous output bounding boxes, we use the techniques like the non-maximum suppression and intersection of the union to keep only the significant ones. The IOU is 0.5. Second, we also experimented with an original Max RCNN framework where a feature pyramid layer is used to extract the features, which combines the features extracted at the output of each of the layer of the feature extracted CNN framework. So this model is computationally expensive and less real time than our proposed model due to the presence of the feature pyramid with the original Max RCNN model. So in these slides, I will present the results corresponding to the object detection and the segmentation. On the top left, you can see the results corresponding to the object detection, and on the bottom, you can see the images where corresponding to the segmentation tasks. So to quantify this detection and segmentation tasks, we use three different metrics, which are the IOU precision and recall and mean average precision. Precision is nothing but the ratio of the intersection of object and detected box divided by the detected box. Recall is the ratio of the intersection of the object and detected box divided by the object. And finally, IOU is the area of the overlap and divided by the area of the union. Next, the metric that we use is the map, where map stands for the mean average precision. To come up with the map score, we first construct a precision recall curve for each object corresponding to different IOU threshold. The red one basically corresponds to the map score of 0.9, and the orange one over here corresponds to the 0.1. After this, the average precision is computed by averaging the precision values on each object's precision recall curve, and finally an average of these values is basically taken to come up with the map score. Here the reported accuracies for IOU threshold greater than 0.5. Here we present a comparison of the map scores for different detection frameworks, which include the state of art frameworks such as the SST and YELLO and our proposed framework. And we can clearly see that our proposed framework outperforms for the thermal images, and also we implement a tool called a simple online and real-time tracking, which basically inputs the detected objects in each frame and performs the correction. And this gives a little bit of gain in our overall map score for the segmentation tags from 0.56 to 0.62. Still, like for both detection and the segmentation tasks, we have very low accuracy, and this is due to the small set of the data set, which is around 1000 label samples for trained, test and valid, and also the presence of multiple objects within an image. The reported detection score is mostly the firefighters and laces for windows and doors. So the next task is the embedded hardware implementation. Here the motive is to showcase a prototype hardware realization of the proposed deep learning model into an embedded platform. The framework basically utilizes the FLIR One and Intel RealSense camera for data acquisition, or Jetson TX2 board for data processing, and the deep learning model deployment, and data communication through a dedicated Wi-Fi hotspot, and the Microsoft HoloLens, which projects the process information by augmented reality. The augmented images are then relayed to a Microsoft HoloLens augmented reality platform, incorporated into a firefighter's PPE as a part of the system that is insusceptible to the environmental stressors, which also being able to detect objects that can affect safe navigation through the fire environment. So we acquired firstly the IR image through the FLIR and the RGB plus depth information through the RealSense camera with the 30 frames per second for the experimentation purpose. The trained object detection, tracking, and segmentation framework developed in the previous section are then deployed into the embedded GPU in the Jetson board. The models are deployed one at a time to process the thermal image to generate the bounding box and the segmentation marks, which are then presented to the HoloLens. The integration of such a system with the firefighter gear is shown in the right figure. The see-through effect allows the user to interact with the environment without being impeded or disoriented by a virtual experience. So this research provides a foundation on which solutions to these challenges can be built. Among these challenges is the integration of such technology into the gear of first responder. In numerous interviews with the first responder crews, the main concern raised centers on this integration of this proposed system in their gear in a way that it is not cumbersome or distracting given their small field of view through their marks. It is very difficult for them to add equipment to the standard gear without disturbing their normal operation. Therefore, the accommodation of this equipment and the design of adequate interface for firefighting needs further investigation. Nevertheless, the present proposal is just a proof of concept of the usage of this technology by the first responders. In this slide, the left figure basically corresponds to the various images captured by the camera utilized, which includes the thermal images, the depth map, and the depth with the RGB information, providing a 3D overview of the room. So here the right image corresponds to the results projected by the HoloLens for the stored test images. This work opens the doors for the real-time hardware deployment in the real firefighting scenario with the proper hardware design and integration in the firefighting suite. So this work presented here also lays foundation for the development of a real-time situational map of the structural configuration of a building that is actively built and updated by the live thermal imagery being recorded by the firefighters moving through the scene. Our next steps will focus on fusing the data collected from the different cameras to form a 3D map of the building. This data The data will form the foundation of a new AI system that assists the firefighter with path planning through cataloging of the doors, windows, and paths clear of a fire. And we will also address the hardware issues which currently limit the application of the embedded system at the fire grounds. Finally, to summarize, we have developed several deep learning frameworks in an integrated manner. We report the novel deep learning frameworks for object detection, classification, and segmentation in a fire environment using thermal images. Next, a novel prototype hardware implementation for real world deployment was shown. And for the future work and directions, we propose the fusion of RGB, IR, and depth map to create a multimodal 3D map of the building and locate the detected objects in the map for a more detailed situational awareness, which will help the firefighters to have detailed information about their position in their map and monitor the danger levels. Finally, the ultimate interface would be to integrate all the developed modalities to create a unified module and test them in a real fire settings. And thank you very much everyone for your time, and I'll be more than happy to take any questions.